Welcome everybody to our Monday Vollara training. And what I'm going to go over to you guys with you guys today about is, let me just get a couple people muted here, is some strategies with a healthy home showcase. You know, we just finished a video with HHS's, and you know, I've already had a video that you guys could be using. I think there's over 1,000 views on my healthy home showcase video that I've made, and which is amazing. It's like 1,100 views or something like that, which means people are actually using it. And but there's some strategies I want to go over to help you become more successful on how you operate at your show. Now, one thing is first of all is the invitation. So, you know, inviting somebody to a healthy home showcase is kind of one of them things where you have to use some, I don't know, like wisdom on how to do it. So Christina came up with a pretty good idea the other day about whenever she calls people, because we're actually going to host one here at our house. And she said to our friend, she said, hey, our company has released some funds for us to be able to give away some product to people for just showing up at our house to attend an event. And of course, you know, we could buy pet refreshes for like, you know, nothing really. It's like 25 bucks a piece or something like that to give away at these events. So it's, you know, factual that this is what we're doing, right? You know, our company's released some funds for us to give away some product for people just to show up at our house to attend a live event. Can I count on you to be there? And just, you know, people will say, oh, you know, I'm busy this day or that day, but no, I need to know if you can be there. It's very, very important. And if you can't be there this day, what day can you be there? And I'll try to schedule it around your schedule, you know, because what I want is a good attendance. I want people to show up, and I want a nice crowd to be there. Okay. So number one, work on your invitations. I mean, a lot of you guys do a great job of getting people out of your healthy home shows. Some of you invite, but nobody actually shows up. So what you need to do is get that hook into the person of saying, listen, my company's released this funds for people just to show up. Can I count on you to be there? I don't need you to buy anything. You can leave your wallet at home. I just need you to show up and sit in a chair and you get something for free. All right. And there's going to be food, and we're going to have a great time. And it gives me an opportunity to share with you what I've been doing. And because I'm so excited about it. And if they start to ask you questions like, what is it? Listen, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. It's a healthy home showcase. We can show you how to make your home eco compliant, or, you know, eco certified home. And like I said, no obligation. Leave your wallet, leave your checkbook at home. I say leave your checkbook at home. I don't take a check anyway. So they can bring their wallet, but they got to leave their checkbook at home. So this is a great way to get somebody interested in looking at what you have to offer, right? So invitation is crucial. And then that follow up, right? You got to constantly be following up with the person, you know, to say, hey, I need to make sure that you're going to be here and you're going to be here on time. You know what I mean? I need to make sure that you're going to be at my house. And look, we have a presenter coming in, or whatever. If it's, you know, like I have food that's going to be ready and prepared, and it's going to be at this time, right? And I like evening time personally. You know, I think that most people show up at 7 o'clock, you know, when you do things. 7 o'clock is a great time to start. 6:30, you know, if you want to get people together for meet and greet. If you know your friends are always going to be late, schedule it for, you know, tell them to be there at 6 o'clock for a 7 o'clock party, you know, because one thing you don't want is a bunch of people waiting around for the people who come in late all the time. You know what I mean? So anticipate these things. You know, if you got friends that are consistently late, just say, listen, come at 5 o'clock, and then we'll kick it off at 7, because you know they're gonna be 2 hours late anyway. So those are little strategies for you on how to get people there. And then once they're there, then the next move is the strategy with the free gifts for hosting. Because what I see is a lot of times people make a mistake of, like, you build up the sale. Okay. So the key to success in business is closing the deal. Okay. You have to be able to build value, which is what I do the entire presentation, right? So when I go and I do a healthy home showcase, it starts with a fresh air personal, and even on the video, you know, when I do mine, and hey, I don't know how the corporate one's going to turn out. I know I put my piece in and Pastor Eric did his piece, and Mike Jackson did his piece, and it might be the greatest thing on earth, and it may not be. I don't know. So we haven't seen the final production of it. I'm sure it's going to be really good. But when you use it, you have to use discernment. How do you use it? And do I push stop before the close? Do I like this, the way they close this event? Do I want to use a close on a retail, or do I want to use a close on becoming a business partner? So these are things that I personally have to feel the crowd out for. Okay. So then when it gets down to the time of closing, you build value, right? Start with air, go to laundry, get into water, right? And then when it comes down to the package, I just do a quick survey. Hey, real quick, how many people here are breathing, right? Well, of course, everybody breathes, right? Unless you're dead, and then you don't need our product anyway. So great. So everybody here is breathing. So we can all agree that good, clean air, because your lungs are the filter to your body. They're what keeps your system running properly. Good, clean air could be a benefit for you, right? And it could actually, in the long haul, save you a lot of money on health expenses, right? Especially if you have mold and mildew and maybe sick days, and nothing worse than getting sick. Nothing worse than being sick, right? How many agree with that, right? Nothing worse than being under the weather, not feeling good, just, beat up. You don't feel good. Well, with these machines, it can help eliminate a lot of that, right? Then I move into laundry. Think about laundry. You're not paying for detergent anymore. You're not paying for hot water anymore. You're not putting all these giant bottles into landfills. You're not putting petrochemicals into the water table anymore. And you're not putting all those chemicals into your body anymore. And your clothes are going to last longer. It's a no-brainer, right? How many people do laundry, right? By a show of hands. How many people wear clothes? Great, thank God. So you got people who wear clothes, you got people who do laundry, right? So why not save money on that? I mean, hey, everybody wants to save money. Everything else in the world is costing you money, right? With our products, you spend money, but you're saving money. So it's just an amazing trade-off. In fact, it's kind of a crazy trade-off, because once I sell you one, I don't ever hear from you again because you bought a laundry pure, you're satisfied with it. And it's going to last you the rest of your life with a few replacement parts, right? And then I get into water, and I talk about how, with water, number one is it gives you the ability to drink the water that comes out of your sink. I pay for water every month in my house. I pay for it every month. I get my statement, and on there it says, your rent is this, my garage costs that, my sewer bill was this, the storm drain costs that, and my water costs this. And for years, I never drank it. I'm paying for it, but I never drank it. I'd go drive in my car, spend gas, spend time, go to the grocery store, and I would buy gallons of water. Cost you money, right? So if I can eliminate the need to go to the grocery store to buy gallons and gallons of water, which, once again, plastic in the landfill, plastic getting into my body, the chemicals that they put in the water just to keep it shelf stable, the reverse osmosis that most of this water goes through, that's negatively or positively charging the water, which my body doesn't accept it anyhow. I mean, it's just not a really good thing, right? Now, if I can take that tap water that I'm paying for anyway, that's right here, very convenient, right out of my sink, and I can take it through a machine that makes it clean, and then it charges it, then it separates out the acid, does all this stuff, makes it alkaline. I can, at the touch of a button, I can pick which level I want. And it pays for itself in, say, maybe a year and a half, right? Can you see the value in something like that? That the product that I sell you, I will never see you again except for replacement parts. It has a 5-year warranty on the thing, right? So once I sell you that product one time, basically, you're set. You're set. You can travel with the thing. You can, all you do is every 10,000 liters, you change a filter for like, what, $40 or something like that. Very, very inexpensive, right? So once you start to build that value, laundry, water, air, the companion, the H2 fuel bottle, and then I go into the whole nutritional line, right? So listen, we have an amazing line of nutritional products that you could literally build an entire business off of. I tell you this all the time. You could build, listen, guys, if you're running around looking for other opportunities in medical stuff, you're wasting your time. Okay, you're 100% wasting your time. Well, we've already got it. I mean, if you literally are, you're out there looking at other businesses that have some healing properties or they make you feel, we've got it already. So why go look somewhere else when you've already got it? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Okay. So stay focused, stay laser focused. If you've got a traditional job, great. But if it's another network marketing opportunity that you're running off to because you think it's going to be the next latest and greatest thing, what can beat resist, replenish, recoup, essentials for life, keto zones, perfect start? We got it all. We've got it all, right? We've got it. We've got the answer. We got the solution to the world's problems. So don't run around looking for extra stuff, right? So think about this. At the end of the day, you've built all this value: water, air, laundry, nutrition, right? Steady power, H2 fuel bottle, pet refresh, mobile unit. And then I say, listen, I can sell you all that stuff. Hey, Johnny, I can sell you all that stuff right now. And I go right down the list. 2 airs is about $3,000. Everybody needs 2 air. Why do you need 2 air? One to use, one to lend to a friend, right? Maybe you have a big house, you need to be running 2 in it, right? 1 water. Everybody needs at least 1 water. I mean, 1 water should be good for any household. And then 1 laundry pro. Okay. That's a $7,000 retail value. Go to my website right now and buy it for $7,000. Okay. So you can also partner with us if you'd like to. And this is how I end my close, right? So you built the value, then you go into the partnership opportunity, right? Okay. So you go into this partnership opportunity. And when you go to partner, I say, listen, it doesn't cost you anything. It's like Costco and Sam's, except there's no membership fee. I call it like the Restaurant Depot. That's where restaurants shop. As long as you have a tax ID number, you can join the Restaurant Depot. You can go there, you can shop, and you buy things at their cost. So I tell them that little add-on, right? So you can partner with me, and you can buy that entire package for $2,600. And then just close the deal. Close the deal, $2,600. And if you act within the next 24 hours, hopefully you act right now, but 24 hours is the deadline, What we're going to do for you is we're going to throw in a free H2 fuel bottle, because that's the gift for buying at my party. I'm going to give you a pet refresh because you showed up. And on top of that, I'm going to give you $75 credit on nutritional products. So now you're getting about a $7,500 value. Okay, so you're getting a $7,500 value for $2,600 plus tax and shipping. That's a 27 and change. That to me is literally a no-brainer. Everybody should do it. Okay, now the mistake that I've watched people make, all right, is this. We'll build value, build value, build value, build value. And then you know what they do? They'll say, hey, you can host a party and you can get all this stuff for free. Do you seriously think somebody's going to buy from you now? 100% no. They're not. They're not gonna turn around and buy product from you when you build all this value. Then you say, well, why don't you just host a party and get it all for free? No one's gonna buy from you. Okay. So when do you bring that into the equation? You bring that into the equation 48 hours later. Okay. So do your party, close your party, and get your sales. That's what this thing's all about. We're building a business to make sales, not to give away free product. Right. And we're basically giving it away anyway, because I'm giving you, I could go out and retail the stuff and make a lot of money. I could make on a deal like that, I could make like, $3,000-$4,000, but instead I'm gonna make $400 or $500 on overrides. Right. So I'm gonna make $400 or $500 on an override versus 4,000, sell it to your retail. I don't even give it to you on top of that. Okay. So when do you talk about them hosting? After they've joined the business. So somebody joins your business, right? Now they're your business partner, and you say to that person, hey, Mike and Cheryl, listen, let me come to your house now and let me help you do a kickoff event where you have a healthy home showcase, and then you can invite your friends and family over. And if you get some sales on top of what you got for 350 points, we're going to give you now a mobile unit, an AP 500. And if it's a really good party, we'll throw in an extra laundry pure. But I just bought a laundry pure, Mark. I started with a Pro Pack. Who cares? Go and sell it. You think you're not going to use that thing? You think that there's somebody at your HHS that may not want to buy it come down the road that says, man, 2 weeks after your event, they say, Mike, I really like that Laundry Pure, but I didn't want to join the business and have the money to do it right away. And then you say, hey, listen, I earned one. I'll sell it to you. It's normally $1,500, but I'll give it to you for $1,200. Give me 600 down, 600 next month, and it's yours, right? That's whenever the free stuff should come into play. What I've seen people do is it's a mistake, because they'll go right away. Hey, you can earn free stuff. You know what? The person right now says, okay, great. I'm not going to buy anything from you today. I'll just get my friends and family to my house, and then I'll earn a bunch of free product from you. And it never ever happens. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Build value, build value, build value, close the deal, then use the HHS now to launch the person's business. That's how Christina and I have been so successful in our teams, right? Our teams, it's not just us, it's people on our team. They've been so successful with HHSs because that's the MO. Now, hey, look, I got people on my team that all they do is they do HHSs to retail their inventory, but you're never going to earn any free prizes for that. Because if there's no order, you're not going to get anything for it. So you're going to go through it, and it's good because you're going to make, instead of making 400 and overrides and them getting free products and stuff, you're just going to make a couple $1,000 at an HHS. Hey, that's not a bad trade-off either. But that's why I said you have to determine which route are you going to go. Which route are you going to go? So I want to bring on Philomena. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself when you get a second, just hit unmute. There you are. Good.
Hello.
Now, you guys have done a HHS recently, and you got the rewards. So why don't you just give us a testimony? And thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
Experience with it.
And Greg and I usually do the business together, but he's at an appointment, so I'm standing in for him and myself. But first and foremost, I wanted to say thank you to Mark and Christina, because honestly, you guys are leading from the front, and we really appreciate it, because everything that we are doing is what we are being taught by you guys, and that is why we are so diligent in getting on these calls, because we are implementing what we're hearing. And it's so exciting that the company actually puts on these promotions for us and offers this. It makes our business so much easier and so much doable. I mean, who doesn't want free products, And sorry, the exciting thing is that it's not only for the startups, it's also for those that have been in the business for a while. So we got back yesterday from our vacation, and at the front door was our free product from an HHS that we had. In fact, we've been doing virtual HHSs because, we are inviting our team to get on. That we have some people that are in Branson, Missouri, some people that are in Tennessee area. And so we want to show them how it's done, and that they too can do that. So we've had these virtual HHSs, and we then invite our friends on, people that we want to show the product to, and we tell them that they too can invite some of their friends on if they want to. And what we've been doing is we have been using your 12-minute video, Mark, and we, on either side of it, we've kind of sandwiched it between a start, like introduction, welcoming everybody, and then also showing the video on the Air Surface Pro, and then we show your presentation, and then I give some testimonies, and then Greg does a little rundown on facts about the company and the business, all the products are produced here in the States, etc., and why they're so good, building the value like you've been saying. And then we close, and we tell the people, hey, this is an opportunity for you guys to have good, clean air, for you to have good, clean water. With what's going on in the world, in the country, we all need to be sure and aware of what's in our water, what's in our air. We all want to stay healthy. And obviously the Laundry Pure, which I have a great testimony on, and I swear by that. I mean, I won't use anything other than Laundry Pure. And so, from there, we were able to get purchases, alternatively people saying to us, and we also do tell the people, hey, this is a business opportunity. If you're looking to make some additional income as well, there's also that opportunity for you. So And then we offer them the free gift, obviously. If they buy something, they get the H2 fuel and also the personal for attending. And so we're promoting, we only have till the end of September. And I'm like, we got to take advantage of this, because like, who doesn't want the free product? And then we got our free laundry pure, and I said to Greg, we're actually going to take this to the neighbor. We're going to put it in at their home and let them use it. Because the other thing which is really helping us sell is we're taking Air Surface Pros to people's businesses and putting them in their waiting room or things like that. And we're saying, hey, try it for 2-3 days. These are people we know that have their own business and things, and try it for 2 or 3 days, and then tell us if you like it. And if you do, you can purchase it, you know. So we're looking at different avenues, and then that's about as much. So yeah, we're having we're doing 2 virtual HHSs. We just started doing them. So we have options of Wednesday or Thursday night. So people, you know, if they say, oh, Wednesday doesn't work for them, well, how about Thursday, you know? So, and usually the evenings, because the evenings are when people, husband and wife, are home, and everybody's there to make a decision together. But we're loving it. We're loving the, you know, the excitement, and we're loving the coming together of people, even though it's virtual. We're doing it really to help our people that are out of state, because we want them to be a part of this and to show them that this can be done by them as well.
Wow, that's great. So, I mean, that's a good testimony, guys. Anybody can do it. And you don't have to have people at your house. You know, I have people who use that as the hang up, you know, like, I don't want to do it because I have to have people over to my house, which you guys have a great spot. I mean, we've done parties at your house too, but I mean, to add on to that mix of saying, hey, let's go virtual, is thinking outside of the box and actually getting it done, you know. And so that's great. You know, maybe one day we'll just do like a mass one, like, you know, get everybody on. What do you say? What are they doing as gifts? They're doing the personal unit, right? You say you're doing personals for gifts, right? Yeah. So personal for gift. So there you have it. I mean, that's just one testimony. And look, they got a free laundry pure. Like I said, even if you already have a laundry pure, having an extra laundry pure, like we had to, and now I have 0. You know what I mean? I hooked up mine and I sold the other one, and actually we've had a few that I gave one away, and I've sold a bunch of them, but you know, you can having inventory is never going to be a bad thing for your business. Having extra product around the house is never going to be a bad thing for you. It's always it's like having money in the bank. Like I have an Air Surface Pro sitting here, brand new in the box, but I know I have a show coming up in September. That thing will be sold at that show. I mean, that's going to pay for my show for September, or for October, September, October, at the end of the month. And I know that one unit can, if I just sell it, because I got it, it's paid for, I actually earned it. So it's a free one. I sell that unit for $1,200 or whatever. I paid for my entire show. So getting something for free from corporate doesn't mean you have to use it. You can flip that thing around and sell it. Mike said one time, he's like, oh, every time I got a free unit, I put it up on my mantle or something. Forget about it, man. I sell it. I get a free unit, I sell it. There's no putting it up on my mantle, because I've already got 2 in my house running, and I would sell those to you today if you made me an offer for them. There's nothing that I wouldn't sell. And I've even sold, like I've sold my personal mobile unit out of my car. You know what I mean? So like, hey, if somebody's willing to pay for it, I'm willing to sell it, right? So anyways, that's great testimony. I'm sure there's more of you guys that have testimonies like that. So
can I just add
yeah,
something?
interject.
So we were in North Carolina, up in the mountains for a few days, and then we went to St. Augustine. But we took our, you know, we drove. So we took our Air Surface Pro. We have more than one. You know, we followed the lead, and we got the whole home pack, because, you know, you have to be a product of the product. You have to experience it to talk about it. And we took it with us. And honestly, I was so grateful, because we stayed in a nice condo, and we walked in and we smelt. It was up in the mountains. and it was damp, because it's in the mountains, it's cooler, there's a lot of rain, they get a lot of snow there, and there was that damp smell, and we put it in there, and within like an hour or so, it was smelling fresh and clean. We also took our living water and we hooked it up in the one extra bathroom sink. And because I was like, we're not going to go buy water. We have the living water, so let's take it with us, and that saves a ton. We didn't have to go buy these plastic bottles and drink all the nonsense water. And then we down in St. Augustine, we shared it with the lady who runs the Airbnb there. She has an Airbnb in hi Christina. She has an Airbnb in Virginia, and she has an events place. She does wedding events in Virginia, and she has an Airbnb in St. Augustine. And so we told her, hey, look, these are our products, and this is something that you guys, you do these events, and people are they want to know that they're being protected. And so she and her husband are looking at getting that for their Virginia place where they do events like wedding events, and then also an air surface pro for St. Augustine. But saying that, while we were away, and this is how good God is, I just want to testify to his goodness, is that while we were away, just having a vacation, we had people calling us like, hey, we know someone who needs a living water. We had an order for 3 air surface pros for a real estate event that was being held in Orlando. And they are a distributor already. They're real estate investor trainers, and they were hosting this event, and they know that those products work because we took them to an event that we attended, and we said, we're going to protect everybody here. We put the boxes in all the rooms. We had 10 of them with us, and we put them in all the rooms, and there were people that purchased. We got distributors out of that event. But the couple who actually host the real estate investment school, they run it, they actually became distributors, and they said, hey, we need 3 of those because one of our guys really suffers with allergies, and he's a trainer, and he needs to be protected. So they put that order in with us, and you never know where it's going to come from. The whole thing is about sowing seed. That's what it is, just telling the people, talking to people. So sorry, I just wanted to put that in because God was really good.
No, nothing to be sorry
He's
about.
really, really good. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, see, that's the way this business works. I mean, look, if you treat it like a real business, it'll pay you like a real business, right? If you treat it like a hobby, or if it's like one of those things where you're just turning it over like stones trying to find something, and this is just another stone that you've turned over, it's never really going to pay you well. I mean, you may have a great month, or you may have a little season where you do well in it, but it's that consistency. It's consistent, persistent effort. It's staying focused. When we do our what do you call it, business presentation or opportunity meeting, I always talk about the 1 year. This is like, this is your one look, and then I do the 5-year plan. I haven't even been in this business for 5 years. All right. And so none of us have. Okay. None of us on this call have been in Vollara for 5 years. So we have not seen the 5-year play out yet. None of us have. And when you look at that 5-year play out where you're making $300 to $400 to $500,000 a year in income because you stayed consistent and persistent, you stay laser focused. The key to success is focus. I never jump from opportunity to opportunity because of the focus that I have. I mean, I've stayed in opportunities beyond their season, almost to a fault. It's like you see the company, and the company makes changes and they do things, and next thing the company's not paying like they used to pay, and you're still at it, because I have loyalty to what I start, because I brought people into my business based on that loyalty. And if I jump to something else, then all of a sudden they look at me and go, oh, geez, I'm following you, but yet you're not even on board anymore, right? So it sends a really, really bad message to people. So the second half of this call, because the first half obviously was how to maximize your healthy home show. Thank you to Meta and Greg for their leading the charge. And think about this, guys. They were on vacation and they did business. You don't have to drop your business when you leave. If we didn't do if we didn't work when we were on vacation, we would never be working. Because Christina and I, we're not that we're always on vacation, but we're always somewhere. You know, we travel and we're getting ready to leave again in 2 weeks for about a month and a half. And if I couldn't take my business with me all over the place, then I wouldn't have a business, period. You know, so I have to look for opportunities everywhere I'm at, doing whatever I'm going to do. Okay. Yeah, and they have full-time jobs. So I mean, that's, you know, I mean, here you got somebody who's got a full-time job and they're still working the business and they're setting aside 2 days a week to do a virtual HHS. Some of you guys are out there doing county fairs and trade shows. And I know Amanda was just up in Tennessee. And so, I mean, there's people out here who are working the business like it's a real live business. Hey, some people, they hit the jackpot, they do shows, they make tons and tons of money. Some people do shows, they don't make anything, but you don't know what you've made at a show until probably a year after the show, because of, number one, what you've learned through the process, but number two, the leads that you acquire, and maybe the one or two new consultants that join you at a show. You don't know what's going to materialize out of that event. So nothing that we do in this business is for nothing. Nothing's for nothing. Okay. So next phase is, why is Vollara the best opportunity that I've seen personally in network marketing and in direct sales? Okay. Now I've been involved in a lot of different businesses, and as a top leader, in mostly everything that we've ever done, you know, and everything that I've ever done, we've been top leaders in. And what I've seen it, and I get it presented, believe me, all the time. All right. So all the times people were coming in with the next thing. Hey, Mark, look at this. You know, I got the wonder drug, you know, keeps you up all night, but helps you sleep real good, you know, helps you burn weight and bulk up. You know, I mean, it's always this one thing that people have. It's like, you know, look, it's a fountain of youth. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And it's a lot of these products have validity, they've been tested, all that kind of stuff. But then I look at it and I say, what is the life of the business? Like, what is keeping the business alive, right? And a lot of times businesses are building their business off of your dollars. Okay. So the top leadership's making all the money, but it's off of you spending money on that product every month, because no one is actually selling the product. No one's selling it. And if I'm extremely healthy and I'm selling the miracle drug to help me stay healthy, but I'm healthy, I'm probably not going to use the product, but I got to buy it every month, right? So now I'm committing to $200 to $400 a month buying a product that I personally probably won't use. You know, I have a hard time with certain things. Like, even there's a lot of people who just recently started selling these gas pills. I can put a pill in my gas tank and get more MPG. I would forget to put the stupid pill in my gas tank, you know, or else I would get upset stomach and eat one on accident. You know what I mean? So I personally, I can't stay consistent with doing things like that. I can't. I try, and I'm like, man, I got to do this every day. I got to remember to do it. I have to do it for X amount of hours. I can't do it. I personally can't do it. So then what happens is my auto ship continues to come month after month after month after month. And some of you guys do this in Vollara. You get set up on an auto ship and you're not using the product. And then 5 months later, you got a bunch of recoup because it was the cheapest thing on the market, right? Take it, use it, get into habit. Listen, if you can't take recoup for 28 bucks, you're not going to put a gas pill in your gas tank every time you get gas, right? You're not going to remember to do these things when they're supposed to be done if you can't even handle doing one thing, right? So then a lot of these companies are building their whole entire network off of introductory offer. If you join, you buy these things, you auto ship for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. And then the top 4 people make a ton of money and you're out a bunch of money. That's the way most network marketing models work. And that's why people jump from business to business to business. That's why I hate network marketing. I hate it. And I'll be the first person to say it. I hate network marketing, but I made a living in direct sales pretty much my entire adult life. There's always been an income stream for me, even when I owned a restaurant, even whenever. And I've been approached by, when I owned my restaurant, Monavie was the big thing. And my buddy brought me in a bottle of Monavie grape juice. I drank it. I said, listen, Joe, this stuff tastes like Fruity Pebbles. I don't want to drink it. I don't like the taste of it. And I am not going to sell something that I don't like. And I turned them down. Now, could I have joined it and made a bunch of money? Sure. But could I have had a house full of bottles of this, grape juice? Most likely, right? And so that's the problem. That's why I don't like it. And then what happens is as soon as that one starts to burn, they pull everybody into the next one. And then that one burns out, they pull everybody into the next one. There's no loyalty in network marketing. That's why I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why, for me personally, I've been involved in 3 major businesses in my lifetime, 3 major ones. And each one I stayed in after the company itself imploded. Okay. This company hasn't imploded. This company has actually exploded, and they're actually dumping more back into the field. Listen, guys, if you get upset with Vollara because of lack of recognition, that's all going to change. You know why? Because they were so busy for the last 2 years with the explosive growth of the company, they couldn't even keep up with it. Now they're stepping back, saying, okay, now that we've got the manpower, now that we've got the resources, now that we've got the time, now that we've got the attention of the leadership of like Joe Urso and these guys, now we can start to invest more back into the people. And that's what they've been doing, which is amazing, because most companies, they don't do that. Most companies, they want to make money off you. That's why they got into network marketing. That's why people choose that sales channel, because they know that everybody's going to get on board. They're not even using your product, but they're all going to get on board so they all can make money, right? But with this, it's different. And the reason why it's different is because you have an actual product that you can sell. And it's such a wide variety of it's a huge spectrum, right? So you can go out and you can focus solely on any one of our products and you can be successful. You can focus 100% selling laundry pure. You can focus 100% selling air and service pros. 100% you can do on water. I mean, there's companies that's all that they do. There's companies that all they do is water, and we have it as an additional product. And most of you guys have never sold a water because you haven't focused on it. You focus on air, which is fine. That's the wheelhouse that you've chosen to be in. A lot of you don't sell water because you don't have it. You've never had that personal experience. Like Mena said, hey, we went to North Carolina. Now listen, North Carolina has amazing water. I mean, it's mountain water. But how much more amazing can it be to make sure that you've taken out any impurities, that you've charged it the proper charge, and you've stripped the acid out of it, that it lightens it up, that it's alive, that it's living. You've taken that good water and you've made it amazing water. You've taken great water and make it over the top amazing water. She probably could have sold in bottles up there for, double the price, right? This is something we have access to. So the key to your success in this business is consistent, persistent effort over time. Right? It's not bouncing from thing to thing and opportunity to opportunity and looking for what comes next, right? And the other thing too is don't wait. I know, and it's a mistake a lot of new people do, is they wait until everything is perfect to start. They feel like there's this thing where I have to know everything, right? And I'm going to give you a personal testimony. In 2009, I had an amazing year. 2008 and 2009, I started to write a book about it. And I spent, what is this? How many years now, Christina? 9 to 23. I spent the last however many years, 15, 16 years, trying to do something, but I couldn't do it because I was hung up on the fact that I'd never written a book and I didn't know how to do the structure of it. I didn't know how to do the layout. And I was trying to like build an outline, and this chapter is going to say this and this chapter is going to do that before I ever started writing it. And I could never figure it out. And then one day I said, forget it. I'm just going to start writing it. And literally, I mean, I don't even know if I put a paragraph in, right? So, I mean, like, it's just the biggest, right now it's 160 pages, 70, almost 80,000 words. And I'm almost finished. I can have this thing done by the end of the year. And it could change my whole entire life because it's going to be that good. So what was stopping me from 2009 to 2022 was myself. It was this thing inside of me that said there's a certain way that I have to do it before I can do it. And I even had a friend who called me and he's like, hey, I want to help you write your book. And I said, great. And he goes, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to send me an outline in the next 30 days. And I said, forget about it, man. I said, you're on the wrong path. I said, if you want to help me, take what I've written, organize it, edit it, and help me get it into shape so that I can get this thing published. But no, he wants me to do what doesn't make any sense for me to do, right? So don't let somebody step into your Vollara business and tell you, or don't let your mind tell you that it has to look a certain way, or that you have to have this step before you can do this step. You know, our first HHS we went into, you know what? No, I mean, our first HHS we went into, we had no clue what we were doing. In fact, Christine and I were doing HHSs before an HHS was a thing. All right. So before HHSs were HHSs, we were actually doing HHSs without any rewards. Like we were having people in a room and we were pitching it and all this stuff, but we had no clue what we were doing. I mean, a lot of you guys started your HHSs with the Pastor Eric flip book. I didn't even have a flip book, right? We didn't have, we played a video on the TV. I think that's what I did. I beamed from my phone, the little video, but then I just talked about the product. I talked about my experience with the product, and people joined the business. People bought the product. It's like an overwhelming response. Some of you guys may even have been there in some of those early meetings that we did. And I know Barb, I'm pretty sure Barb was at one of those meetings that we did. And so, you know, you think about it. What do we have? What do we have? Right, Barb? What do we have? Nothing.
Oh yeah, no, it was no, you definitely had something, and you made people want to know more about it, and the information that you did have and the product that you did and what you did just made me want to know more about it, and like it was so interesting, and the air was such a big deal to me. So I don't know. I know what do you want to say, like you, you weren't experienced at presenting the product, but what you had to say was still that important that made a difference for me.
So there you have it. Even though I wasn't really I wasn't polished on it. And but we had passion about it and conviction, you know. And so that's really the key, guys, is if you have conviction about what you're doing, if you love the product, that's why I think it's so important that you become a product of the product with our business. Don't go out and waste your money on anything. Listen, guys, until you become successful in this one, don't waste your money on anything else. Don't do anything else, because all you're gonna do is just waste your money. Become a success. Pick what you want to do and stick it through and become a success at it. And listen, is it going to be easy all the time? No, it's not, because that's business, right? If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. You know, I came out of the restaurant business, and you want to talk about like picking a way to make a living that is very, very difficult. I did it. You know, Christine and I both did it. And so we knew that there would be weeks where we made no money, you know, like literally we made no money. And because, hey, you know, but guess what? I still had to put a staff, which my restaurant had 30 employees that I had to pay, that were relying on me for a paycheck. I had to pay my vendors because they were still delivering all my product, because you had to be prepared for a full house. And then guess what? Pennsylvania, come December, January, you'd have a snowstorm on a Saturday night. It would cost me $8,000. And a lot of times it wasn't even a snowstorm. It was a weatherman predicting a snowstorm. Mm-hmm. Oh, tonight's going to be horrible. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 all these cancellations. And you're sitting around the restaurant with two people and it never snowed. Okay. Because people are out buying toilet paper and shoveling and putting salt on their driveway, or putting salt on the driveway because they're afraid there's going to be a blizzard. You know what I mean? That's what they do. They buy toilet paper and beer, most likely, right? And if you're from, those of you in Pennsylvania, you know what I'm talking about, right? So anyways, talk about a difficult way to actually make a living, but we did it. But we knew that there would be your times where you had to get through that week, but there was the next week when you had a huge party or Christmas party or an event or something was coming, and all of a sudden you'd have this blowout that paid for the entire month. You know, I used to look at my months and I'd see the trend. You know, every month I was doing about $80,000, $90,000. I knew December I'd do 160, 170. I mean, I knew it. You know, you could see it. Now, hey, sometimes if the 15th of the month, you weren't even close to your goal. Maybe by the 15th, I was at 20,000 and I knew I did 80, but somehow the next 15 days, 40,000 would come in, 60,000 would come in, and all the bills would be paid, everything would be covered. But that's the nature of the business. Same with real estate. If you're a real estate agent, right? You'll go through your ops where you have closing after closing after closing after closing, and you may go 6 months with no closings. So that's the nature of the business that we're in. I know Mike and Cheryl were in real estate, so you guys have experienced that firsthand, right? Where it's like you have your monsoon season and then you have your drought season, right? And so you set aside your income from your monsoon to get you through your drought because you know the next monsoon's about to come, right? One thing is you stay consistent. If I was doing real estate and I got into a drought and I said, oh man, real estate's, you know, really getting slow. I think I'm going to go set up a hot dog stand and start selling hot dogs. Then guess what? You're going to miss out on your monsoon because you lost your focus. Most successful people in real estate, they stay consistent and persistent. They never quit. So they can go 6, 7, 8 months. My first deal when I was in real estate didn't come for almost a year after getting my real estate license. And it was like, I think my commission check was like $1,200. Okay. So I legit sold a $1,200, house, commission on a house. Right. But anyway, so this is the mindset, right? This is the mindset that you need to be successful in a business like this. So stay focused, stay consistent, stay consistent. Okay. Now, so here's a question from Sharon. Welcome, Sharon. Says, hi, I'm new to Vollara. I need all the help I can get to start. Great. So let's talk about that real fast, right? So Sharon's brand new to the business. She needs all the help she can get to start. Number one, set a goal, right? So for me personally, goal setting is your number one thing. It's how you're going to get to where you want to be. If you don't set a goal of who you want to be in the business, or where you want to go in the business, you're never going to hit it. So number one, set a goal. My recommendation for you is set a goal. Ask yourself, what do you want to be in the business? Do you want to be a wholesale retailer or do you want to build a massive team and make residual income? Okay. Or both. Okay. So my suggestion for the way I built it was both. I want to do both. I want to do wholesale retail, but I also want to have that lead into me building a massive team. Okay. So now how do you do that? Very, very quickly. You set your goal. If I'm you, my goal would be to become a gold in this business, because gold is basically, that's where the real money starts. That's where you get downline depth, all that kind of stuff. That's an executive level gold. If you don't know how to be gold, get in your back office, pull up your compensation. There's how we promote, how we earn, the compensation booklet. It's right in your back office. Get on it. If you need help finding it, text Christina. Get on the team integrity site. If you're not on that, make sure that you get on it. Call your leader, whoever signed you up, say, put me on team integrity, and figure out, how do I get to gold? What do I need to do? Can you do it in 3 months? Yes. Can you do it in 1 month? Yes. You have to determine which route am I going to go, 1 month or 3 months. So now you know, here's my goal. I want to be a gold. And some of you in this business is going to be good for you to hear, right? So I want to be gold. I want to start making a bunch of money. How do I get from 0 to gold? Okay. Then you have to have a strategy. How are you going to get there? The fastest way to get there is through the Healthy Home Showcase. That's where what you're going to do is you're going to invite about 8 to 10 people over to your house. Okay. And I have a 12-minute video you can play. You, just like Greg and Mena talked about, you are now the host of that event. Okay, you're going to host it and you're going to be the rep. So you're going to invite a bunch of your friends over, and then you're going to push play on my video because you don't know anything yet. And then you're going to close. And when you do your close, I recommend closing on them joining the business with a pro pack that gets them 2 air and service pros, a water and laundry, $75 value in vitamins. Or nutritional products, and a free H2 fuel bottle, and a pet refresh if you want to really bless them. Okay, so when you do that at your event, if 10 people come and you can get, say, 5 people to join your business, your first month qualified for gold. You need 1 month down, 2 months to go. If you can do that 3 times in 1 month, you'll be a gold in 1 month. You'll bring in 15,000 in volume. You'll bring in all the legs that you need, and you'll be a gold in 1 month. Then what you do is you go to each of those 10 people who were at your initial party, and let's say 4 of them joined or 5 of them joined. Then you book at their houses. You say, okay, I want to come to your house now, and I want to do a HHS for you in person. I'm going to come in. I'm going to host it. I have the whole house packed, so I'm going to bring my Air Surface Pro. You earned the extra laundry pure, so you're going to put that on the table. You're going to do all this stuff, right? So you're going to have your air, you're going to have your water, you're going to have your laundry. You're going to go in, you're going to push play on my video. You're going to close their people. They're going to sign up under the people that you put in the business. And that's how you're going to build a massive team. Christine and I went from nothing to 1,700 consultants in about a year's time, from 0 to Platinum 5 from December to January. From December with making $9 to January making probably, whatever it was. I can't remember. It was a lot of money. So we did 100,000 points. So to finish in the first year at well over $100,000 in income, like well over it, to second year making 100,000 in the first 6 months. So we did all that by building momentum, by building a team and keeping that ball rolling, keeping the momentum going. Okay. And then what happens is if your team isn't going to keep you busy, because you're going to get to a point where you have a big team now, you're the leader of that team, you're a Platinum 1, Platinum 2, Platinum 3, you're building momentum. And we've seen people do this. I've had Bible school students first year in the business make $80,000, $90,000 building teams. All right, straight up building teams. There's been people who made $100,000 doing shows. Okay, so they've chosen. Some people do wholesale retail. That's great. Some people build a team. That's great. I do both. So when my team's not keeping me busy, I'm going to go out and do a trade show. Okay. And I'm going to bring in new team members for myself. I'm going to book an HHS. I'm going to start hitting my contact list saying, hey, who wants I'm doing a virtual HHS on Tuesday. I need you to jump on board to get a free product just for showing up. That's it. You can show up, you log in, you sign on my sign-in sheet. And you're going to get a free product, $100 and some value. Pet Refresh is going to be yours for free, just for attending. It can be virtually. You can sit at home, right? So when my team slows down is whenever I get the opportunity to speed up and go out and personally recruit again. Until then, until you have a team, it's just personally recruiting. How did I build so fast? I had a sense of urgency. Okay. So you have a sense of urgency in your business that says, hey, no, I'm on the whatever it takes plan. I call it the 30-day blitz. Okay, the 90-day blitz. Do a 90-day blitz. That for the next 90 days, you take out your phone, you get out your contact list, and you start writing every name down in your contact list in your phone. Don't keep it in your phone. Start with A's and write them out. Get through all and just start with A. Okay, and then you go down that list. Send them a text message. Give them a phone call. Very quick. Hey, this is Mark. I'm so excited. I just found a business. The average commission on a sale is $900. Everybody needs the product that we got. Can I get 10 minutes of your time to take a look at a quick video for me? Can I get 12 minutes of your time to take a look at a quick video for me? It's not going to hurt you, right? And who knows, maybe you like it, or maybe you can refer me to somebody. Okay. When you make a phone call to a friend, don't make small talk first. So don't get on the phone and say, hey, how you been? What's new? How's the kids? How's the weather? How's this? How's that? You been on vacation lately? And then go, oh, by the way, I have a business I want to share with you. Because now all your credibility just goes out the window because the person realizes you didn't care about anything because you were just on the phone with them until you actually, then all of a sudden the person's like, oh man, they just called me for, to pitch me a business. They didn't care about my kids and the weather and my travel. So what I say is listen, very important. I know Bob, I haven't talked to you in a couple of years. I do want to catch up. But the reason why I'm calling you is because I found something, and knowing that you're entrepreneurial, you have resources, you have influence. You're somebody that just, you love to do new things. You love business. You love technology. I have something that can literally be a vehicle for you to make extra income. Can you give me 10 minutes of your time to take a look at it? Please, can you give me 10 minutes of your time? I'm not asking you to buy anything. All I want is your opinion on it. That's it. Take a look at it for me. Give me your opinion on it. Do you know anybody who owns a restaurant? Do you know anybody who works in a school system? Do you know anybody who's in the hospital or has family members in a nursing home? Do you know anybody who's health conscious that has asthma, allergies, mold? Do you know anybody who washes their clothes? Do you know anybody who takes a lot of vitamins? And then just connect me to those people and let me close the deal. You'll make all the money. I'll do all the work. Let's work together as partner in this thing. Okay. So that's the momentum that you have to have. Enthusiasm. You have to have enthusiasm. IASM. I am sold myself. The last letters of enthusiasm. I am sold myself. IASM. I am sold myself. So once you're sold on the product yourself and you're sold on the opportunity, and there's nothing that's going to distract you, nothing that's going to pull your attention away from it, right? Man, it's been dead. Summer's been slow. Somebody told me no. I did a show, nobody came. This happened, that happened. And all of a sudden, forget about all that stuff, right? Forget about it all. Who cares? Who cares? Just like set yourself free. Say, who cares? Hey, when I did door knocking, door-to-door sales, I'd have people pull guns on me. I had people push me off the front porch. I had people call the cops on me. I had people tell me I was a loser to get a real job. And I had to walk off their porch and say, first of all, God, I forgive that person because they know not what they do, right? How can they say that I'm all those things? They don't even know me. I mean, I can understand if they actually knew me, but these people don't even know me, right? And they're gonna throw these accusations out there about me. They're having a bad day, hurt people, and I had to say, who cares, and go on to the next door, right? I never carried the baggage, and the problem is there were times where you would carry that baggage from door to door to door, and then people could feel it on you, and you were done the minute you walked on their front step. That guy could have been a lay down sale that was waiting for you to knock on his door, that was praying to God that you knocked on his door, but you came in with all this baggage of it doesn't work. That person called me a loser. Maybe I should get a real job. How am I going to pay my bills? My wife and kid are at home, and I'm up here in Charlotte trying to make a living. Those were the things that would go through my head. And then I had to do a reset. If you ever remember the movie Tin Cup, right? Tin Cup, they would say clear the mechanism, right? He's a golfer. He got into a slump. He had to clear it all. You have to clear it all. Okay. So stay laser focused. Don't get distracted. Don't carry any failure into tomorrow. Hey, guess what? I've sold units and people called me however many days later, 30 days, at 30-day money back guarantee, they'll call me on day 29. I don't like this thing. I cook fish in my house and my house still stinks. I want to return it. So now I got to pay you $1,200 to take back a used machine. Are you kidding me? So if I took that negativity and I flipped it, so I'm like, that happened to me. Did a show, an old friend, it's not even a friend. He was a friend of a friend, came through. So, hey, Mark, how you been? Yeah, I want to support your business. Hey, and then he buys a machine, says he cooked fish, waits till day 29, calls me. He doesn't even call me. He sends me a message on Instagram. Who the heck even does that, right? I want to return this thing. It doesn't work. How do you know it doesn't work? Have you put a petri dish in your house? Have you tested the mold spores? Have anybody gotten sick? No. He said it didn't work because he cooked fish and the fish it stunk up the house. What kind of fish are you cooking, right? But anyways, I said, okay, that's fine. Here's the deal. Send it back. So he sent it back. And I said, when I get it back, I'll mail you a check because I'm not going to make it easy on you, right? So I wrote him a check. I got the machine back. The day I got the machine into my house, the day I got this thing had never even been used. I'm talking like, I don't even think he opened it up. I don't even think he even took it out of the box. I think he undid the box. He put duct tape on it to make it look like he used it. I took it out, checked it. No, there's literally nothing wrong with it. I plugged it in. Everything's perfectly fine. Cells work great. Everything works great. That day, somebody calls me to say, I want to buy an Air Surface Pro from the same show. And literally the same day that return came in, I went to the post office, put a label on it, I shipped it out, and I made extra money on it. That $1,200 that I sent out came back at $1,500. So forget about that person, right? So that's what you have to have. You have to have this like Teflon skin, that nothing's going to stick to you. People are going to tell you no. People are going to tell you to get lost. People are going to call you a loser. Somebody's going to say, man, that business is over. I found the newest, greatest thing. You got to let all that stuff go. And you just got to keep charging on. Because I'm telling you right now, if you put your mind to it, between now and December, it's going to change your life. Between now and December. I mean, I could see people in the next 6 months, if you put your mind to it, you can make $100,000.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thank you.
I do need a huge favor. I know you probably heard it before. Ford's gonna send you a survey here in a couple of days. They're gonna send it to your email. I need 5 stars on that. They're getting really,
I got Mike.
about
You got it. There we go. I got it. So, anyways, if you put your mind to it, you could make 100 grand between now and the end of the year. And if you want, you could just make an extra $6,000. Okay. Can you do it? Absolutely. Will you do it? That part is 100% up to you. Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, I pray a quick blessing on you. Listen, I was thinking about this today. The Bible says, don't be weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap your reward, right? Do not go weary. So thank you, Lord God, that nobody on this call goes weary, and that each of them will reap the reward that they've set out for, in Jesus' name. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye. Amen. Amen. So be it. Bye.
Bye. Thanks,
Amen.
Christina.
Hopefully that was
Thank
enough.
you.
Hopefully that last 10 minutes was enough to get you started, right?
That was great. Thanks.
You got it.
Blessings.
Hey, we'll see you.
Bless you, Mark.
Greg,
Hey, Dan.
thank you, Greg and Lana.
Ah, got to end it.